Governor Muriti, Your Excellency, Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable William Ruto, Honorable Governor Oparanya, the Chair of the Council of Governors, the Speaker of the Senate, Mr. Kenneth Lusaka, governors here present with us, Honorable Eugene Wamalwa, CS Devolution, and ASAL. PS is present. The development partners that are here today, High Commissioners and Ambassadors, and other development partners. Ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. Let me say that it is really with profound solidarity and a strong sense of partnership that I stand before you on behalf of the UN system in Kenya ahead of today's launch of the County COVID-19 Socioeconomic Reengineering and Recovery Strategy. I also speak partially today on behalf of the Devolution Donor Group, as UNDP is co-chair. The United Kingdom, who will be also speaking, is the chair. And the Devolution Donor Group not only coordinates its devolution support across all counties, its members have supported the Council of Governors since its inception and looks forward to a strong and continued partnership. The UN system in Kenya's partnership with the Council of Governors began at inception and continues strong to this day. I do wish to take this opportunity to congratulate the CoG on today's groundbreaking ceremony for their new headquarters. It will serve as a more than an office building, but also a symbol of devolution strength and service to the people of Kenya. Indeed, an iconic venue. Ladies and gentlemen, today the world faces an unprecedented threat from COVID-19. For the first time since measurement began, UNDP's Human Development Index is on a course to decline in 2020. The impact of COVID-19 will reverberate across the Sustainable Development Goals and reverse hard-won developmental gains. Addressing these losses means recovery from COVID-19 must take a different path from the previous global development trajectory. The pandemic has made our pledge to leave no one behind and to reach those furthest behind first much more difficult to achieve. Together, nonetheless, we have a chance to turn one of the greatest reversals of human development of our lifetime into a historic leap forward to a sustainable, inclusive, peaceful, and resilient future with the Sustainable Development Goals as our compass. With up to 100 million more people being pushed into extreme poverty in 2020, 1.4 billion children affected by school closures, overwhelmed health and social services, and record level unemployment and loss of livelihoods, especially among women who constitute over 70% of low-wage earners, it is clear that choices made today could be the tipping point that transform our societies and our planet for the better. On the global level, and indeed here in Kenya, the UN system is supporting governments in the response to the pandemic, and we mobilized early to comprehensively save lives, control the spread of the virus, and ease the economic fallout. The UN has led on the health response, provided life-saving humanitarian assistance, psychosocial and economic support to the most vulnerable, established instruments for rapid responses to the socioeconomic impact, provided evidence-based and sex-disaggregated data, and laid out a broad policy agenda. As we are learning, collaboration is vital to battle a virus that affects all humanity indiscriminately. Although time is never on our side, in a swiftly moving pandemic, UN agencies and humanitarian partners have since the onset worked with the government of Kenya to take quick action to support communities in responding to the virus. The courage and sacrifice of the frontline workers, including doctors, nurses, midwives, police officers, and indeed volunteers across sectors, as they continue supporting those most vulnerable, is an inspiration to all of us. And tomorrow, as we celebrate International Volunteer Day, I do trust that we will take a moment to celebrate all of those heroes. There is no choice between addressing the health impact and the socioeconomic fallout from the pandemic. Unless we control the spread of the virus, the economy will never recover. The crisis requires each one of us to focus on the people, particularly the low-wage workers, small and medium enterprises, and the most vulnerable and marginalized, including women, youth, children, elderly, and those with disabilities, as again on the 3rd of December, we commemorate International Day of Disability. So together we must cushion the impact on people's lives, their livelihoods, and the economy by considering a scale-up of social protection initiatives and supporting SMEs to prevent bankruptcies and job losses, especially amongst the most vulnerable. The UN and its partners, in close collaboration with the government of Kenya, have developed the UN in Kenya COVID-19 Socioeconomic Response Plan, and we have provided technical and financial support towards the government of Kenya's economic recovery strategy, and we heard about that strategy this morning, but we also provided support to the county COVID-19 socioeconomic re-engineering and recovery strategy. We are encouraged that these strategies provide an inclusive and urgent socioeconomic response based on some common themes which emphasize protecting health services and systems, scaling up social protection and basic services, protecting jobs and supporting SMEs and the most vulnerable productive sectors of society, enhancing social cohesion and community resilience. But importantly, all of these strategies and these recovery efforts are greener, are bluer, and certainly not browner. And they do embrace innovation and technology as critical enablers for building forward better. So the launch of the County COVID-19 Socioeconomic Re-engineering and Recovery Strategy signifies a step in the right direction in coordinating all of our efforts and contributions in dealing with the crisis and preventing its escalation and ensuring that Kenya does build forward better and leaving no one behind. Ladies and gentlemen, drawing on lessons learned in an ever-changing environment that requires a contextualized and flexible approach, we are confident that the County COVID-19 recovery strategy will support Kenya's response in addressing the negative impacts on the country from this pandemic. In line with the UN Secretary General's call on my organization, UNDP, as the technical lead on the COVID-19 socioeconomic response and recovery, we will continue to work closely under the leadership of the UN Resident Coordinator and together with the UN country team in responding to the requests to implement these strategies as and when the government of Kenya demands of us. I want to thank our development partners who have swiftly responded to our call for an effective engagement through flexible financing to support this national response. And here I want to thank the governments of Sweden, Finland, and Italy who have supported the UN Joint Devolution Program together with our sister agencies, UNICEF and UN Women, but also the government of Japan who has provided critical support. So on behalf of the UN family in Kenya, let me reaffirm our commitment to this fight. We will win this war together, and I thank you all for your attention. Asanteni.